Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dinkum. My name is Melanie V. We are now on to episode 31 in our Cenolla Speed Build series, and this is probably going to be the second to last episode in the series. And this time we are going to be building John's Goods Emporium. And there's John's shop right now. Now this is really the last big area on the map that hasn't been developed as yet. So this is where we are going to be building. And we're going to get started by clearing out some of this grass and all these flowers. With this springtime, there's just so many random flowers all over the place. I love that we can sell them for a good price, but they certainly pop up very fast. And we're also going to get some of the fir seeds, which I find very useful because we're going to be covering this whole area in fir grass. Okay, and here we're gonna just create a little bit of a waterway, just kind of following the natural path. And it kind of tapers off right here, so we're gonna leave it just as is. But we're probably gonna do a second level, make it a little bit deeper. Okay, we're too deep now. Now we need to build up a large mountain range. Now this is just because there's such a divergence between the two types of grass. There's like the very green, well, the greeny yellow of the grasslands, but then there's a really deep green for the fir grass. So I wanted to create some sort of separation between the two. So we're gonna make a gigantic mountain range. Now normally I like making mountain ranges, but this time it's going to be a really long one, and that's just going to kind of separate off the two biomes. We're not going to make it too tall, going to make it just tall enough. And now let's put down some of this pathing, only because I want to get rid of the bits of the yellow grass over on this side, because we're going to replace it with fir grass here. So I'm putting down the pathing so we can just dig it up, and it's easier to get rid of the grass that way and can have a blank slate to work with. Okay, let's get it up. Now we're back to the dirt. Okay, and over here we're going to build another mountain range, but it's going to be a tiny one. And now we can put down some of this fir grass. We got lots and lots of fir grass. We've been saving this for a while, farming it every single day for the longest time. I hope eventually there will be a turf row for the fir grass like there is for the tropical grass. But until then, farming it is the only option with sprinklers. And now let's move John's shop. I'm gonna put it on top of the hill and off to bed. Here's the shop moved. And we're gonna plant some bush limes around John's shop. John really didn't request the bush limes, but this is what he's getting nonetheless. And we're going to put up some pine trees here. I'm using the pine because the pine works really well with the fir grass, and I don't really have any other types of trees. While I'm limited, this is the most I've got for tree seeds at this point. We also have some coral acacia that we got from the islands last week, so we're going to use these as well. They're maybe not the best fit for this area, but we're using them because we got them. And we're gonna put down some pathing around here. And this pathing is actually just gonna stay down. It's just a walking path. And let's lead a path up to John's shop. There we go. And one for the lookout area behind the shop. Perfect. And I kind of want to have a walking path going along the little river down here. So we'll have to widen this ever so slightly, even though it's already a very narrow area. But we'll get some pathing in there now. And now let's go collect all the flowers that grew back again. Grows so fast. Now I'm gonna be putting some trees up around here, so this is why I haven't fully covered everything as yet. I wasn't sure where I wanted to plant trees, but we can fill some of this in. I still might end up planting trees, we'll see. And over here, we're gonna just plant some bush limes. We've got quandongs. We've got a few gum nuts left. So that's why we're using so many fruit trees, because we didn't have very much gum nuts. And over on our gigantic mountain range, it's mostly gonna be the spinifex tuft and the river reeds. There's not gonna be any trees on here at all. But there will be plenty of flowers, I'm sure, because I'm not gonna mow it. Off to bed. Next day, we are planting over on another little mini mountain. And it's gonna be some bush limes and quandongs again. We still have a few coral acacia trees. And we have some jacaranda trees. We had purchased quite a bit from Range Shop. So yeah, we're using those. But the bush limes are just the easiest to get, so are the quandongs, because you can just go pick them, you know? Okay, now we can get these into the dirt. Okay, we're gonna taper off this edge a little bit. It's not gonna be uniformed or anything, but you know, it's not gonna be as big as it was. And we're gonna surround it with some hardwood planter boxes. So we're gonna put some flowers around it. And over here, once again, we are going to be planting a whole bunch of quandongs and a whole bunch of bush limes. And I decided to put another tree over here, another jacaranda tree, got some spinifex tuft. And we got some more fruit trees, of course. Off to bed. Now let's go ahead and do some mowing. This is a gigantic area, so there is a lot of mowing to be done. Now I didn't want to mow everywhere because I did want to have some random flowers popping up every once in a while. I just wanted like 95% of the area to be mowed. We'll say hello to John. Haven't chatted with him in a few days. And all this mowing still has to get done. Okay, let's go over to this side by the little pond. We'll get this area mowed too. Okay, let's head to bed and get the day started again. Now we're gonna kind of surround the separation of this area. Now this path leads to my home. So we're gonna like kind of separate it off. Because this technically is going into the park and this is part of the park. And I wanted to get some more blocks in here, but I wanted them to be higher leveled. So I'm gonna put some dirt down in here and get a whole bunch more blocks. Okay, I think it's pretty much sufficiently surrounded now. Now let's put down some more plant boxes around here. We're gonna go with the hardwood again. We just got so much hardwood, so they're the easiest things to make. Off to bed. Now for the last day before the tour, we're just gonna go around the perimeter and put down a whole bunch of rubbery seats. And maybe throw in some spinifex tuft as well, since we've got some of that from the tropics. Off to bed and time for the tour. Okay, well that is going to be it for this week's episode. If you happen to enjoy this video, please hit the like button, and thank you very much for watching.